Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here, Midwest Market Management. I've got Riley Sykard on with me here today. It is Tuesday, April 7th. Sun's actually out here in Northeast Wisconsin for the first time in a couple of days. Good to see that. Riley, let's jump into South America weather. What do we got shaking down there?
Sounds good. Not any big changes here this week compared to what we were looking at last week. As always, first thing I want to do, put into perspective how big of an area we're looking at. In terms of first crop, we're looking anywhere from Mato Grosso all the way down through central Argentina. And for that Safrinha crop, we're looking anywhere from Mato Grosso down through Paraná in Brazil. So two different regions, but we're still in both at the same time. So we got to look at everything. So taking just Mato Grosso on a US map, almost the whole Midwest. So if you think about it, it's a huge area we're looking at. You can't put it all into one quick sentence of how's the weather in South America. So one thing we do have, updates on harvest progress. If you remember, corn and beans have been running behind averages, and numbers starting to creep up more close to where they normally are over the last 5 years. First crop corn harvest in Brazil up to right at the 5-year average and actually ahead of last year. And on the bean side, now just 4% behind the 5-year average, still significantly behind last year, but compared to the 5-year, more on par at the point now where I'd say there's not any real concerns on the harvest side of things, Clint. So with that said, also got harvest progress for Argentina for corn. This is one that it just keeps building and building. Dry conditions, mild temperatures, and corn dried down quicker means harvest progress in Argentina is moving along very fast. One thing to remember, Argentina harvest, when they plant that corn crop, half of it is planted early and half of it is planted late. So as that harvest progress creeps into around that 50 to 60%, it might get stuck there for a decent amount of time before it continues. So long time to go for Argentina, and especially on the corn harvest. So that said, moving into maps, kind of the boringest part of the South America broadcast here today. 1 to 5 day temperatures, mild in Argentina to even a little cool, and mid to upper 80s in Brazil. You're going to move to 6 to 10 day, and it's a pretty common theme. 80s up north, 70s to the south. Not anything really worth noting there. Looking at the last 2 weeks of rainfall, there was some more rain in Argentina, not a significant amount. And up north, some areas of Mato Grosso, especially the northwest side, caught some more rains. But other than that, pretty much everything that's there we were already looking at last week. Not really anything fresh. So moving ahead, next 1 to 5 day. Southern Brazil getting some rain. And other than that, Clint, you and I mentioned this last week. Rains that are sub 1 inch down in South America can be missed or hit just as easily. And lately we've been in more of the miss category. So looking at central and center west Brazil, a lot of rainfall being shown there in the 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. I guess our guess is as good as anybody else's as to whether that's actually going to fall. But one thing is for sure, if you look towards Argentina, it's bone dry. There's nothing. So not a lot of rain in the 1 to 5 day, and 6 to 10, not showing a whole lot either. So that region of Paraguay that's really hot is going to get some rain. They definitely need it. That's just going to put a little bit of a Band-Aid on their bullet hole there. But everywhere else, rain in the forecast, but not enough to cause a big difference. I'd definitely say we're setting into dry season now, Clint, and map-wise, I'd expect the rain to keep falling off and off every week. So that's all I got today.
Sounds good. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Clint McLaughlin, Riley Sykard, Midwest Market Management. Stay tuned for U.S. weather. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.